If you don't learn everything there is to know about Ikkaku, I'm going to teach you. He has a lot, to be honest, but by the end of this guide, you'll have him simple. You know, he's bread and butter, and once you get your hands on him, it is not that much. I do think he has the most moves in the game in base, but 2 of his moves kind of act the same, so it's not all that difficult. His awakening is a buff of his base with no new moves, and let's go ahead and get into it. I made this video already. It was 6 minutes long. I'm going to try and shorten it down. X, quick attack. You see that? Y, thrust. You see that? Simple. Now, his SP move 1 is a stance he goes into, and then you get to choose of 3 attacks after that. You're the 4th one that just cancels it. But your YY is a thrust. You press X, it's a swing. You press A, it's a counter. Very simple. Now, your SP move 2 is just a temporary buff. Your B signature move is the same thing as your SP move. It's just a watered down version. So BY, thrust, BX, swing, BA, counter, BB, cancel. Now, that is his signature move is known as his regular moves, and then the SP move 1 is known as a Kai variant of his B, which it just does more damage. Now, one more thing to note about it is if you use these moves during your B buff, now it could be on your signature, your BY, the watered down version, or your actual SP move Y, your BX, or your SP move X. As long as either of those, it applies to both of those variations. As long as your signature move 2, spiritual pressure move 2, is active. Basically, your Y, so if you look on the top there, this gets stronger and gains invincibility against projectiles. Your X is basically just stronger, and you get a guard point until it activates, and then your A, it's just the counter stronger. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Pretty freaking simple. Now, one last thing to note about his BX, or his SP move 1X, is after it hits, you can follow up with a quick attack. So if we use X and then X again, see how you like swing up? You can follow up with a quick attack as long as you use the X. Now, for the awakening, which we'll go ahead and do here because it's not working for some reason, we'll force awaken. So yeah, now that we're awakened, it is the same thing. BX, BY, and then that's a thrust. SP move 1Y, thrust, and then SP move 1, well, you thrust again. SP move 1X, swing. Very simple. But the only new thing is that you have a gauge in the bottom left. Now, the more damage you do or take, the more damage you do. That simple. And if it's max, you do 6 lives on your Keycon move and awakening. Now, I'll show you here. It is 4, 5, 6. We're going to go to awakening, scroll all the way down. And what we see here is whenever it's full, it'll do 6. Whenever it's not, it'll do 5. So your first one in awakening does 4. Your second one does 5 or 6, depending on if it's maxed out or not. That is going to be it for Ikkaku. I do have one more thing to show you. It is a combo that you can do even in base. The crazy thing about this combo is that it doesn't take up your reverse gauge, your SP gauge. It doesn't affect your Reshi. How many stocks? The crazy thing about this combo too is that it doesn't use your reverse gauge or SP gauge, and it doesn't matter if you're in a Keycon channel state, spirit drop sublimation, any of that. So XXXBY, XXXBY, XXX. Now, what I've noticed, I've played this in 4 online games, and the combo has not dropped in a single one of those games, meaning it is infinite, and it is true. Yet, for some reason, in training mode, and this works for a couple other true combos too, the training is a little bugged. I don't know if it has to do with the tick rate or if you're playing on a server. I've done this on 2, 3, 4, yeah, 2, 3, and 4 bars in online, and it works. But for some reason, on the left side, it goes to 4, and then the combo drops, and it goes to 4 and it drops. But ignore that because it is true. I even went the extra mile, had a friend go in a private room with me. He held guard, didn't matter. He tried to break, didn't matter. He tried to flash step, guess what? It didn't freaking matter. The only thing they could get out of it was reverse gauge. And if they don't have that, then they are absolutely cooked. That's going to be it for Ikkaku. Let me know what guide you want to see in our character next down below. And y'all have a good day. Peace.